Hello everybody and welcome to episode 13 in my Carthaginian campaign let's play for Imperator Rome's 1.3 Livy update. Now in the last episode we had quite the tumultuous political affair. We had a military coup, or an attempted military coup. Three of our most esteemed military minds, backed by the Senate, have taken arms up against us, essentially. Not quite fully, they're just a little rogue right now. They're not obeying our orders, but they're also not in direct conflict with us either. The thing is, they don't really have the power that they would need in order to have command enough power within the Republic to create a civil war, so it's a sort of a failed attempt. If we had other disloyal characters, then they'd probably have enough backing that they could start to trigger a civil war, but right now we've been handling ourselves just fine. So this kind of attempted coup is really just going to peter out in a few months when the Senate begin to stop backing them. However, we have so much tyranny right now that getting generals' loyalty back up is actually going to be really difficult, so these guys might remain disloyal for quite a long time. Now we can throw them bribes and stuff, but again, against their decay rate, it's going to be hard to keep them loyal. But we can attempt it at least with Boods. He's a really good general, 11 Marshal, he's still quite young, he's got a bright future ahead of him. I'd like to see him prosper. Now, the other thing we were doing is we currently have Boster Hanid, a populist, a very well-spoken populist. He's intelligent, he's vengeful, he's suspicious and pious. He's trying to gain some of his own popularity, and the reason for that is that we are trying to push through extended terms. Now, on reflection, I don't know if this is the best idea, doing it for a populist, but it is easiest when we have a populist in power, because then we got a lot of backing from them. It's easiest to make them happy for pushing laws and stuff, whereas it's not so easy to get everyone else happy. They have so many more conditions and other things that they need fulfilled. So I might do it. He's not that bad. You know, the thing with having a populist in power, obviously, is that you get this negative to political influence, but they don't really give you any other trouble. Not really. You might get some events, but he's got 10 charisma. His finesse is kind of crap. His co-ruler is not too bad. You know, I wouldn't mind having both of them there for another 5 years beyond their current term. And he's going to be in power for another 4 years or so, so we have a lot of time to mess with that and see, and if things fall correctly in a nice way and a civic guy looks like he's coming next, then it might make sense to have extended terms on. Extended terms basically means that instead of 5 years, they'll be there for 10 years. And you could do lifetime, which is a bold move. I mean, if you go lifetime, you're going down a very dark path, which I don't know if we're ready for yet. We'll think about it in future. We've also unlocked a few other types of laws that we can start to think about passing. The maritime laws, the religious laws. I especially like the deny priests in the Senate, because it actually gives us an increase to conversion speed, 20%. Really important. So I think whenever we can do that, we will. In fact, we could do it right now, considering that we have 15 stability. Yeah, we easily have the stability to do that. So actually, yeah, I'll do that right now. So the interesting thing with this is if you click that, you can actually see how this will affect the Senate. So the populists are super in favor of this. I don't know why, but I guess they just are. They're happy with I mean, there's so much tyranny, I guess they just don't care. And then the faction is currently in power, so they're just going to back it blindly. They'll actually gain seats from doing that, and so will the religious faction, obviously, which makes sense. And the civic faction will lose seats. So it's kind of against, in a way, what I'd like to see happen, which is weird because the civic faction are actually going to gain influence from this. Anyway, we're denying priests in the Senate, which means religious interference in political matters is no longer desired. Our holy men should be out amongst the people, bolstering them in times of need. So pop conversion speed 20%. And that's for, conversion speed is for religion, right? It has a culture symbol right there, though. But that should say pop assimilation speed, if that's the way. So I hope I haven't got that wrong. I mean, it's to do with sending the religious people out, so I'm guessing I haven't got it wrong. So, I hope not, anyway. Denying the priests. Okay, so that's a pretty big stability hit from that, but that should be a good law, and we can check how things are now. So 53 seats, he had 51. So he gained a couple. Civic faction are totally out of power right now. In fact, they got no representatives, which is kind of weird. Not even the party leader has a seat on the Senate right now. So what I was thinking of doing is replacing Hanno Gisco with someone who's part of the civic faction, so that over time we build a little bit more conviction. Hanno Blasii, a guy I said I was going to put in governorship later on down the line, which I think I definitely will, is not too bad. I mean, he's got 7 charisma. He's of the civic faction. He's the highest up of the civic faction, so I think I'll put him in, even though he's got really great finesse. He'd make a great governor, but as soon as that governor in Italia dies, we'll swap him around. So he'll go in there, build up some statesmanship, contribute 0.10 Senate influence. So with that, he should be at Yeah, so 0.60. So now there's a law for the assembly of soldiers. There's a law for the denying priests in the Senate. We have Shelbs in there who's got decent amount of oratory himself. Only 3 actually, but there you go. It's contributing 0.3. And then Hanno Blasii with his office in the Senate is also now giving him a 0.10. So the civic faction should be growing in general, I think. The populists have the most, so these ones are going to start falling a little bit. I would imagine the military are going to fall down quite a bit. And we're going to be going to war, but we're doing this so soon that there's no time to put the military faction in power. Anyway, so that's going to catch everyone up on all the Republic stuff. So what we're going to have to do is raise some armies. Actually, last thing I wanted to mention is just stuff I did in between sessions. I took all of this territory just by colonizing and moving some pops around, so I spent about 200 gold moving pops out there. I also moved pops over here. I wanted to spread our religion around a bit more, so I just kind of pulled in some of the Canaanite pops to make it dominant Canaanite here. The reason being, once you hit that 50% threshold, it just starts converting the cultures way quicker. In fact, I might even do that at Alalia now, just looking. 11. That's not enough. Canaanites are coming in, though, really quick, actually, by migration, so we can leave that. Okay, so that's the situation. So we're going to be gearing up for a war against Mazeislia. We had 2 fabrications on them, I think, and 2 on Mauritania, so it should be relatively easy to blow through them. They're not as big as they seem, because there's big old chunks of impassable terrain down here that we don't have to worry about. So they shouldn't actually have that much territory to take. It looks like there's 2 forts here. There's a fort there, a fort over here. So only 4 forts for Mazeislia. And it looks like only 2, maybe 3 in total for Mauritania. There might be another one inland based on where their capital is. I don't know. So what we'll need to do is hop on some boats, station some armies around this side, maybe 2 or 3, and then have 2 or 3 on this side, and then just push in. And I think it'll be pretty straightforward from there. We could even make a landing on the boats here, drop off some troops, just go for the forts, you know, just take those forts out as a priority, and everything should go fine. But I kind of like sweeping in actually from one side, just in case these guys get isolated. Yeah, I think that's a smarter move. Our towns, unfortunately, there's not much we could do to really protect them. They're just going to have to try to hold out on their own. So in order to get ready for this, we'll just let time play for a bit. I'm going to keep the research ratio one up there. I also fixed the food situation in Aeternum, in case people are wondering. We took in some extra livestock, and now the food will grow, and once they start getting some food, they'll be a little bit happier in future. The province loyalty will come back up, I have no doubt. So yes, that's kind of the situation. So we're going to have to start recruiting troops. I just need to build up a little bit of money, but we're still making a good amount, 65 per month. Not too bad at all. Not as great as we have had it, but not too bad all the same. Let's start trading. Now we can really pick who we want to make happy. So let's go with Macedon and Corcyra. Alright. Every time we trade a good like that, we're probably making about 0.20 or 0.30 even, so we should be increasing our income all the time as well with all these trade deals. I've no doubt that, seeing as we've built all of this stuff everywhere, we're building mines everywhere, we're going to start getting more trade requests and more farms and stuff being built. Because we're just supplying more food based on the amount of slaves that we have in these places, so, or more trade goods, depending on whatever it is. Now, we still haven't built everything everywhere. We've got more building to do, but I'll probably just keep waiting until we get more civic faction power, or the civic people in power again. Because that was a real, I think, anyway, I haven't read the comments yet. I'll be reading them actually after this episode. I'm doing a bit of a weird way I've uploaded it. But after this episode, I'll see what you guys said about the last one and how I did for building. I feel like I did all right. Hopefully people are okay with it. All right, so let's get the boats over, yeah? Let's just pay for the fleet just in case something bad really happens. Let's check. I need to really check on the loyalty of everyone now because tyranny's so high that we could have an unsuspecting amount of dropped loyalty. So we have Gizgo leading the first. He's extreme. I mean, it's amazing that he's so loyal. I guess because he's the co-ruler. He's content, and that's really it. It doesn't matter that he's co-ruler. He's just straight up, he's a great guy. Because even with the amount of wealth he has, 2,700, he's still really loyal. So I appreciate that a lot. Is he still hosting his games? Yeah, he's hosting games for a while. Okay, so we've got Gizgo. He seems loyal. What about this guy? He also seems loyal. Great. And then Badona's cavalry is also loyal. So our 3 generals are loyal, as is our navy. The other 3, unfortunately, are not. I've just named them. Oh, I thought I renamed them. I guess I didn't. So we want to call this Ahiram's army. So that's his personal army, basically. He raised that when he went disloyal. This is Blossiai's personal army. Did I spell that right? Yeah, 2 S's. And then we have Boud's third Picenum. Unfortunately, Boud's has his own army as well. So now that when I look over, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's Boud's army. So I know he's disloyal kind of straight away. And that'll just help me know which ones to click, because it's going to be really difficult, because these guys are going to basically go and try to fight themselves anyway. There's not much we can do about it. So let's start paying your armies, actually, and maybe we could do some drilling, because why the hell not? We'll get some military experience. That's the wrong button. We'll get some military experience as we move things around. It will cost a lot more money to do all this. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. Okay, cool. Right, so the fleet's being paid for. Let's send it over to Carthage. And we've got the money now to start commissioning 3 or 4 more armies, I think. So we're going to go with maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to think what we need. 4 heavy infantry, I think. I want to keep them kind of light. So 4 heavy infantry, maybe 4 slingers, 4 scouts or something like that. Depends what are we going to be coming up against, you know? These guys are just so bad. I don't know why you'd ever make them. At least slingers do damage against heavy infantry and light infantry. But what do skirmishers even do? I really don't know. It just says negatives as far as I can see against everything. I guess their morale damage taken isn't so bad. And their supply isn't so bad. So I guess that's where you might think about it. Well, anyway, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. So 12 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll just leave it at that for now. So we're going to make 3 armies, like I said. It'll take time to build them all up. And I'll be keeping an eye on this research ratio. Our efficiency is quite low, 46%. You know, you can go all the way up to 300%. Now, we are a big empire, so it kind of makes a bit more sense, but I'm hoping that the amount of citizens we have starts to go up now, seeing as we built so many libraries in the last episode. We got barbarians. Where are they? They're all the way down here. Well, there's not much we can do about that. I do plan on sending our armies on the boats over that way in just a moment. Oh, it's going to be so annoying. They might actually be decolonizing those places, which would be a real pain in the ass. Now, I've actually got, if you bear with me 1 second, I've got a music file for pre-war, pre-battle music that I've never played, actually. I'll play this because we're gearing up for war and I want to get, you know, in the mood. Alright. The armies are gathering. In fact, we could just gather them all together, thinking about it, except for the cavalry here. And what we need to do is split that unit off, because I made a mistake putting them in there. Great. Damn. Also, in case you also didn't you missed it or you didn't know, we integrated Emporion and Tripolitania, so we've got all this territory down here now as well. I was looking at Phrygia. We actually can't interact with them. They're not in our diplomatic range, which is so silly because they have towns like literally, I don't know what, maybe 20 territories over, and we can't talk to them. So that's what you're dealing with when you play this game. Alright, so we've merged that all up. So 12 and 12. Then we need some cavalry, of course. We're just going to go with the light cav. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 light cav. And then we're going to get some light infantries. Or, yeah. 1, 2. 6 will be enough, so it's only 2. I don't know what kind of build this is, but we'll see how it works out. Should be fine. And then when they all merge up, we'll start splitting the armies, putting new generals in charge of them. By the way, enough time has now passed that they have lost their senatorial champion. Yeah, they have. And he's still not gaining loyalty, and that's because the tyranny is just so heavy. Yeah, not much we can do about that. Other than that, like, we could throw him a bribe, and he'll get 20 loyalty. But he's just going to lose it, because it's going to be 0.08 each month, and you can't bribe again for, like, I think it's 2 years? So in 2 years, I don't think he'd keep his 20. I don't know, I'm not going to do the math on that, but he would go down so much that I don't know if it's worth it. If we ever see any events that can like raise their loyalty, obviously we'll take them and then throw them a bribe to get them the rest of the way or something like that, unless the tyranny falls a lot as well. Okay, so the army is complete. So 12, 12, 6, and 1. Now we also need 3 baggage trains. They take a little bit longer to make. Should have built them first. So I'll have to wait for that, and then we'll basically start our war. Right now we are training where we can. Love to see it. So that's going to build up our experience a little bit over time. It also builds military experience, so that's nice. We can then eventually go down and get cavalry skirmish tactics. Alright, we get a little bit more money, so we're making 40. Not great, but well, it's okay actually, considering that we just basically double the size of our armies. The syncretic healer among the populace of Gergis. There is a growing cult to the local god of Shadrafa, supposedly a healing mystic who has been seen traveling through the lands with a scorpion in his hands. Though the god is somewhat far into the rest of our people, this could be a great opportunity to show favor to this specific local faith. Well, there's no way I'm paying that money, and the effect doesn't seem that good. So absolutely not. 600 gold to get -1 unrest for 10 years. It's not that much. No. For one place? No. Province of Emporia loses 10 loyalty. Oh well. Deal with it. So once these baggage trains finish on the 12th of September, we're going to hop these 3 armies on some boats, send them out west. They're going to come in from the west. Hopefully 3 armies on each side is enough. I don't know. Should be. If we get in trouble, we do have mercenaries. Alright, there they go. Okay, now what's the food situation like in Carthage? Pretty great, so we should be able to stock up. Okay, so now what we do is we basically need to split this. We need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cavalry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it was 2 infantry. And then we need our baggage train. So there we go. There's 1 army there. And then on this one, we can just straight up split it. Oh, I meant to go 4. God, I'm a fucking idiot. Let me just do it again. I'm so sorry. If I split it, it won't be what I want. I want to split divide by 3, right? So I need to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2. That's it. Forgot the baggage train, but that's fine. Four, 4, 4, 2, yeah? 4, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4, 2. Okay, we did it. Now we'll have to assign them all commanders. So there's 3 new armies. Just like that. So this commander, who are we going to get? So we have a level 9 Aromilki Barca. He came up in the last episode. I can't remember exactly why, but it was some sort of minor message. But yep, seems good to me. Military faction, good military, original thinker. I don't see why not. He's not a major character though. That's the only other downside. But other than that. So yeah, we'll have to get a Barcid and a Handed if we want to even things out. So that's fine by me as well. So let's get a Barcid. A Handed here, only level 5, but whatever. And then a Barcid. Fucking hell. We have to go dig deep for that. Jesus Christ, only 2 Marshal? I mean, that's rough. We can't go down that far. It's too bad. Let's just get Vermina. 100% populist. A bit risky. Let's go with Ahum Barca. Okay, so those are our 3 armies. And we can fit them all on the boats. So let's just send them back to Carthage. Step them all on the ships. And then we'll head over. It's very dramatic music for what we're doing. We'll have to wait a little while just for their food to come up a bit, I think. So what we can do is split them a bit between different provinces to gain food. From all 3 places, yeah. Okay, so once that's done, we'll get the ships ready, and then they'll hop over to the west, and then we'll just declare our war. I don't know if there's anything else we need to do. We're paying the fleet right now. Could we deal with those pirates? Where are they? They're all the way out here. It's pretty far. Let's just attempt it for a moment. How are things in government? How's this guy's popularity? He's 54. He could still hold more games. I wonder, does holding games in a place with more holdings matter? I mean, why does it tell me that? Don't know. Alright, those ships are on the move. I don't think we'll actually catch them in time. And we're going straight through a storm, which is nice. Love to see it. Looks like we will catch them here in the middle of the storm. What? How is that possible? How could they just go by me? I just don't get it. This tile to here, and we've somehow passed each other? It's kind of incredible. Bountiful Harvest, we had this one last episode. This is the best one ever. Just have 800. It gives you such a large portion of like whatever percentage it's calculating of your gold. And then Mercantile Faction support. It basically just takes stuff away from the populace. It's great. 50? Let's see what it goes down to. 46. Nice. And we just got a load of money. Damn, I'm so annoyed that these guys managed to escape us. I can't catch them. Scandalous Dominus. While the occasionally rakish and louche tendency of Lars Blasiai are well known throughout the upper circles of Carthage, no one's quite prepared for the appalling slew of allegations leveled at him of late. So we've had this before. He basically is just doing horrible, horrible things with slaves, essentially. The gossip is backed by several witnesses who claim to have been besmirched by Lars personally. Slaves and virtuous citizens across Carthage are demanding government-sanctioned justice to deter these excesses, and we can no longer ignore the situation. He is the Tribune of the Treasury, which is a military office, providing us with 4.50 national tax. It's actually not that good, considering. We'll gain 10 political influence. We'll conduct a full and fair investigation. He'll lose his position in government. He'll lose loyalty. We'll lose popularity. Is there anything we can do to gain popularity? We could say, why waste our time with this? And slaves will be unhappy for 10 years. Yeah, look, we'll conduct... We could say a token inquiry, so just like a half measure. That's not really great. Yeah, we'll look into this. See what happens. Vermina, let's get him in there. Alright, that pirate navy is somewhere up here. Trial developments. Although there's still much work to be done gathering the testimony and exploring the specific crimes, both religious and temporal, that Lars may have committed, preliminary findings would seem to suggest that the entire corpus of accusations is an elaborate but baseless political slander. We have not been able to ascertain the source of the calumny. Many of the witnesses who came forward have seemingly disappeared, lending credence to the theory that the perpetrator's aim was merely a character assassination. Regardless, it will be a while before the investigation is completely wrapped up. Leave no stone unturned. Keep going with this. He's actually going to gain popularity because of this. Or we could look for more witnesses. No, I'm fine with this guy. It's fine. Alright, how's our food situation? The armies now have pretty good food. This one's a little low still. Scandal draws to a close. After several weeks of gathering testimony, it's become clear that the wild rumors were merely a farce, engineered to destroy the reputation of a relatively upstanding citizen. More witnesses came forward to defend him, ultimately than did to corroborate the accusations. Okay, so Lars was merely an unfortunate victim of slander. So our ruler actually gains 10 popularity for doing a good job, I guess. He gains some loyalty himself, he gains popularity himself, and the family gains prestige, and we also gain fair trial, giving us citizen and slave happiness by 5% for 10 years. Excellent. So we did good. I mean, we did pay for it, but it's okay. It's good to hear that Lars was not so bad after all. But he's off the job now anyway. Alright, let's get ready to go. This has dragged on long enough. It's time to put Mauritania into the ground. Our aggressive expansion is quite low, so we should be able to I think, take them both out, but who knows? We'll have to see. On the boats. On the boats. The second Sicilicum. Off you go. That's really the first, because we don't have any of the ships. I want you to drop them off up here. Or you could drop them at Rudibus, our newfound city. The barbarians out here are gone. I don't know what killed them. Maybe the Mauritanians. The Mauritanians, God bless their souls, they do want an alliance. Not going to happen. Yep, we own all that. So we should be able to do that one as well, the coast of Africa, and wrap this mother up. Milcarem Bodona died at age 70. He was the tribune of the people. Tribune of the people. Okay. We have a Barkid here. Oh, nice. This was our previous ruler. He did great. He built, basically built in every single city across the Republic. Appreciate him being back in, no problem. Good man, Philisir Barca. I think he had a gambling problem though. Yeah, he's a reformed gambler now. Well, good on him. He's unwell. He needs to have treatment. He is 69 years old though. What's he got? An inflammation? He's currently gambling his money away. Let's just seek treatment for him. God bless him. As I said. Balamun bless him. Senate's looking alright. I'm happy with how this is being approached. The good thing, I guess, with having a populist in power is he won't run again. The same one won't run again. So Metella Barca is kind of coming first. Shelves Bodona is kind of up there for taking the lead in future. And we have been endorsing the civics a bit more. So they should keep climbing in that regard. Especially as this guy gets better. Yeah, okay. I'll keep an eye on it. When's the next election? We're halfway to the next one. Good stuff. And what's the deal with extending? Yeah, it's definitely not going to happen now because we let a few things wane. Well, his popularity is going up though. Okay, research ratio 54%. That's climbed quite a lot. 10%, I think. Nice. Still woefully behind, but at least it's climbing. All right, so the armies are almost ready and there. So let's get our own. We need to name those armies actually. But anyway, we have the first. So the first is going to be stationed at Isle. The second is going to be stationed. We can just pop them on that fort. And the third, aka Bodona's cavalry. We probably need another one actually, considering. So let's start making a fourth army down here. Give these ones some elephants. I want some heavy cav as well. Alright, so that'll be another... And they need a supply train, don't they? They probably need multiple, but one's enough for now. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. In between episodes, I might look to colonize this area as well. But that's going to take a long time, I think, because, yeah, they're not our culture or our religion. So this area is going to be a bit of a work in progress for a while. I wonder, can we build any temples? City temples. We can build a few, just help that kind of speed that process up out there. Looks like we're gaining nice little bit of Canaanite religions taking hold here. Good to see, happy to see it. Culture's still not great. Not much we can do about that. Alright. Man, I could have fabricated another claim in this time. I didn't realize how long it would take me. But after this one, we could even start thinking about Iberia. Might just fabricate a claim on these dudes. I don't know if they wear off or not. I can't remember. Fabricate a claim. Because you know it's coming. Like, it's inevitable. If it does, then I apologize. I'll have to find out after this episode if it wears off. Because I have a feeling it does, but I just don't remember. Okay, so we're here. We have arrived. So the first thing we want to do is obviously go straight in and smash that fort. Send an army over that way. I'm going to send an army down this way to come up from... Actually, they can't really do much. They'll hit the fort over here as well. So I guess we could just stay around here. Who's not moving? This one. There's a fort right in front of us. Okay, yeah, so we'll just stay here then. Great. So if we go forts mode, we can see 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's get the cavalry up here as well, just to come in as an aid. Now remember, these armies that are disloyal, they might just end up doing their own thing, suiciding. There's really not much I can do about it. I'm not in control of them. I don't have any. I'm not close to getting control of them. I could throw this guy a bribe now. We'll take a little corruption, so will he, but this will start lowering. But then in how long? In 2 years, we can bribe him again. Who knows? Maybe we'll get him over the 33 threshold then with that. The art of the deal. Members of the mercantile faction have something of reputation regarding the price of their support. It came therefore as no surprise at all when Metallobarca, leader of the patricians of Carthage, approaches with a glint in his eye. We share similar goals. The mercantile will be more likely to back diplomatic options. No, or offer them more. This is the same we got before. We'll just have to give them this money because I just don't want to have any debuffs like that. Alright, let's get that army together. We'll need to find a new leader. We have an available decision. Promote an oligarchy. Has greater than 40 stability. Civilization level is greater or equal to 60 in Carthage. Carthage hasn't instituted wealth levy. And that gives us 2 oratory ideas. Because right now we've got, what, 2 military, I think? Yeah. It's a 30 stability hit, though. Rulers have to be 40 years old to be elected. And can be re-elected after 10 years. Okay. I'm not going to do that. It's kind of interesting. I'm happy with what we have, though, so it's fine. Come on. There we go. Alright. So. Milk piles Blossii. Let's see. What is he? He's tactically inflexible. He's a grandchild of the governor of Contentania. It's one of the Blossiis. The Blossiis have really made a big name for themselves, haven't they? They're everywhere now. Matan. I kind of just like this guy, even though he's one... Oh, no, he's not. He's 17. Let's do it. Oh, he's only a minor character, though. Oh, it's a shame. Alright, we'll go with the guy who's on top. Why not? It's good loyalty. A little bit popular. 23. Let's get him in there. He's not amazing, but sure. So this is going to be what? I don't know. I need to really come up with interesting names for these armies, but I think this is the 4th. And they've all been raised in Carthago, so they're all kind of like Carthago. I'll have to rename them in between episodes. Maybe give them names after different Carthaginian gods or areas that I plan on stationing them or something like that. Balhano Hanid has passed away. He was the governor of Italia. Oh, right, the governor of Italia. Interesting, because we know that we wanted a new one. Hang on, let me just read this then for a sec. Influence of the Hanid family. The fate of the Republic and that of the Hanid family isn't always will be intertwined. So this is basically saying the Hanid family is getting a little bit thin on characters. Do you want to, get some other ones in there? So we have Botnoam Gizgo, who used to be a major family, but no longer is. Or we could get Uramilki Barca. Yeah. General of the Second Army, Kosafet. I guess we'll get the Kosafet in. That'll make the family pretty happy and prestigious. There we go. We've all got a lot of prestige now. They're all pretty even for prestige, so I think that's good. I think. Alright, so new governor in Italia. So we have this 19-year-old, level 11, Matan Blossii. So here's me thinking that Hanno Blossii was the guy for the job with his 10 finesse. Seems like this guy would be actually way more suited to the job. And what is he? He is deceitful and selfish. Punic and Canaanite, fairly loyal. Pretty corrupt, actually. 24 corruption? That's pretty bad. How did you end up with that much corruption? Monthly corruption plus 0.5. Huh, it's going to get worse. It means his wage is going to go up. And I think people don't like it when you... Okay, so Let me... And is he a civic guy? That's the important thing, really. He is. Okay, good. So let's switch seats. Oh, so he doesn't appear in this list for some reason. Maybe too young to hold office? Because he was only 17. That doesn't seem to me to make any sense, though. Matan Blasiai. No. I must be looking at it wrong. Oh, yeah, I am, because it's oratory based. Oh, his oratory is absolutely woeful. Alright. Okay, well, we'll just put him in then, I guess. We'll just put him in. He's just suited to there, so fine. We'll see how he handles it. Conversion should be pretty quick now. Well, I mean, oh, nice. It stayed religious conversion. 6%. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, well, we'll just have to see how he does. I think, I wonder is there a way I can check just the unrest level. Is there anything to do with his corruption? Governor corruption 1.25 unrest. Ugh. Jesus, that's actually really rough. And he's only getting more corrupt. We'll have to do something with him in future. A regional cognomen will give him prestige and popularity. That's kind of nice. The Italiate. He's definitely impose corruption sanctions. 2 tyranny. He'll lose 24 loyalty, but he loses 25 corruption. That's pretty good. All right, we'll take the tyranny hit then. Gets rid of all that corruption. That dirty, dirty corruption. So now he's a pretty good. Now he's just good. And that's lowered the unrest substantially. Okay, great. Problem solving, just like that. All right, guys, are we ready for this war? We could also just leave our fleet around here, and they'll raid the coast here. It's interesting, actually. Mauritania do not have coastal access. It looks like they do, but they don't. Yeah, I think we're ready. I'll just do a quick naming of the armies after the commanders. So, Barca. Barca's 6th. This can be Hanid's 8th. Or Hanid's 5th, sorry. Hanid's 5th. So we have a 5th, a 6th, we need a 7th. What's this guy's name? Barca again. So, you Barca's 7th. Again, I'll come up with better names for them in future. Just don't know what to call them, you know? I like naming them after the general, but I mean the sub-name of the army. We kind of need some interesting names, because I feel like a really fun way to play the game, in my opinion, is to recruit them in a certain location. Like if you're recruiting Carthage and then move an army out, it's like, oh, this is the Carthago army. And then if you have an army that was raised in, like, I don't know, Italy, and you've sent it to Gaul, you'd be like, oh, this is, you know, you can see how, you can kind of like track where they came from. I mean, it's just like a roleplay thing for me, but in this game, not having unique units really takes away from that anyway. You can just build the same stuff anywhere, and it doesn't really matter. These are still waiting on 2 elephants, so we'll just let them wait, but we're just going to go to war anyway. Well, yeah, we're all in position, I think, so let's go for it. We have Tarentum and Thuria coming to join us, but these guys won't, due to military access. Can we do anything about that? They don't want access, because I'm at peace, or they're at peace, maybe. I don't know. That's a strange one. Okay. Well, let's just declare this war anyway. Take Mazislia. Mauritania's coming in. So be it. Okay. Let me get some battle music going. Alright. So we're looking to gain all of Mauritania and Mazislia. And there's not many forts, so I'm hoping a relatively quick war. They've got 35 cohorts, decent amount of manpower, so they'll put up a fight. These guys, though, actually, you know what? Not bad either. 35 as well. Interesting. We can go with a discipline buff. I think that'd be the right thing to do during this fight. Balhamun be praised, even though it definitely was not Balhamun. Who was it, actually? Tanit. Okay. Elections coming up soon. Metello Barca is definitely well ahead. He's not sick or anything. Good. Yeah, I'm happy for him to take power. I still would much prefer it if Chelbs could do it somehow. We could put him in a... Actually, put him on an army. Let's replace this guy. Put Shelbs in power. Is he working at anything? Is he Admiral the Second? Oh, okay. How long will it take Shelbs? Okay, so in 1 year we can put him on something. Damn. Probably should have prepared that a bit better, but whatever, it's fine. Alright, let's go. So yeah, I just got flustered there for a second. That's everything we've claimed. Awesome, we've basically claimed everything. So let's start pushing in. So into that fort. I guess we'll just go for this fort as it's the one nearby. And we'll just hang back with the other army. Our 3 disloyal armies are going to basically do their own thing. We're going to invade there. Going to head towards there. Going to head to... Actually, we'll stay back. We don't want to run too far ahead. Yeah, because there's a 16k stack right there. So we'll just stand right behind them, just in case they need our help. Are they actually looking for a fight? Oh wow, there's quite a lot of troops here. So what are we dealing with? A lot of cav. I feel like deception would be the right thing, but I might try bottleneck with this guy. So, if they want to engage, that is fine by me. They're not locked in yet. They are now. So they're going to be out on the 30th of August. They're locked in to arrive on the 21st of August. Once this guy locks, now we can move. We're going to arrive on the 7th of September. Yeah, he's out before we arrive. Perfect. So it means we get to jump on that one army. Now they have favorable terrain here. And before we have a look at it, let's just check other stuff. Whoops. So we're sieging down that. That's alright. Sieging down this. Now that's interesting. I actually can't get to here because of the fort, even though it's my territory. Could bring the boats along to help that. Okay, first battle of the day. Here we go. Not liking those casualties. We only rolled a 1, and we have a -1 for the terrain. Great. So 0. Our discipline is nice, though. I've no doubt we'll win it. So we just rolled a bit better. Yeah, there we go. The silly billies didn't come to help their army out. They're coming to take out the fort, though. We've got a good commander up there, so I'm a bit more confident in that. 18, 19,000 over there, 6,000 there. The disloyal armies are moving in because, of course, this isn't totally covered by forts, so we can actually get in and reinforce. So they might do something. Who's that? We have Aharon, Blossii, and then Boods. So they're all heading in. Little band of misfits. It's kind of cool to see them do it, though. Alright, we won that battle. Nice. So let's keep the pressure up. If we can somehow get up here and help this army in time, it would be amazing. I don't know if we can quite get there in time, though. We have a lot of rough terrain and rivers and stuff to cross. Holy crap, he's actually winning that battle all on his own. I can't believe he did it. Guess just the overwhelming commander power has meant he's won. So that's great. So you can then head back. And we'll begin that siege again. And we'll leave this guy in the middle so he can decide where to go. Okay, we lost the researcher. Ahum Balhanid. He'd be better at zeal, so let's leave him. Yeah, let's get someone else. Damn, we're just not... We don't have great characters right now. So someone from Civic. Do we have anyone good Civic down here that we don't need? This guy's really great Civic, so I might change him out. And let's just get more support for the mercantile, seeing as they're about to take power anyway. Okay. There we go. He's more suited to that job. Ah, our efficiency has fallen. Not too sure why. We have a scorned family. Oh yeah, so I was going to check. Having a scorned family, let's see, does it create populist influence? Oh yeah, it does. Only by the very, very smallest amounts. But yeah, it does actually. That's interesting to note. With the populists in power right now, we can actually do this finally. Empower populist factions, so we'll lower their own support now for quite a while. Doing it at the end of their term I think is perfect, because chances of them getting in power again is pretty low, and then that basically stops them getting in power for 5 years. It's pretty good. And you'll lower the corruption as well. That's great. So we've got a year. I'll do it right before. I just really need to remember not to forget. Because that sentence made sense. Alright, let's just wipe this guy as quick as easy as we can. How's the fort here going? So they actually weren't paying that fort very much. So we're winning right now. We're doing alright. We're taking out... I just worry about this. These guys going so deep. This fort's almost fallen as well. Fugitives across the borders. Fleeing the dreadful war with Vacantia, a number of important dignitaries have managed to escape to our lands, hoping to find refuge. Our advisors recommend against giving them asylum due to the fragile political circumstances in our region, and instead, much favor may be gained with Vacantia if we were to finish the job for them. So Vacantia are there, and somehow some dudes have made it to us. Welcome them, and they'll gain loyalty, and we'll get some characters. 10 finesse, 8 martial. Or say no, and they'll just gain 10 opinion. Yeah, I don't really want to. I don't want them. Like, I don't know what the benefit of having them would be. Especially, like, they seem okay. It's just that they're not our culture, not our religion. So, sorry. Shouldn't be fleeing. Yeah, so I want to jump on that fort and then jump on this one. And we'll see how we do. They're up to 46 cohorts now, so they probably just bought some mercenaries or something. Or built some units really quickly. I've kind of made a mistake with this guy. Just get back on the boat. We're victorious. We're killing the little bits that they're recruiting. Aharon's in combat out here, but he's been reinforced. So the disloyalists are they're making progress. I'll give them that. All right, we won our first siege. The second siege is has been started by Thinisit. So hopefully they're capable enough of finishing that off, and we can just keep pushing further as well. We want to get to this guy to help him out, make sure that goes okay. What do we got here? Elephants, cavalry, and light cav. So if we move here, we drop our 9,000 off. I think we'll be able to win this, but it's a little risky. We have to get out here, otherwise we'll have a landing penalty. We're victorious again, so they're just killing all these small little units out there. Alright, need to look over here. So this is all going pretty well. That's a decent force though right in front of us. Pirates. Well, our navy's busy anyway. Okay, good. So we stopped them moving this way at least, and now we can kind of like get onto this tile. Should be able to fight them and then not worry about getting stuck at forts. Victorious again. Man, Boods Bedona is just cleaning up like little units all over the place. Although it was 8,000 men, he just won a battle in there. And we won another one out this way. Alright, good on Boods. I mean, he knows what he's doing. That's what I worry about. He's gaining some loyalty back though. I love to see it. One more bribe. Another bribe next year and he'll be good. Well, he'll be ours again. Maybe even get him in power in future. Siege of Zuccabar is won. Excellent. So that's the majority of forts in our way on the east. Pretty much dealt with. It's just one fort left over there. We can keep pressing forward though now. As long as we just take the capitals. Which we are doing. Yep, so that seems fine. Alright. Ooh, rough terrain. Maybe just stay here then for a sec. So they're a little stuck. If we see this army moving, which they are. I wonder will they join me. Okay, we got our claims in Iberia, which is nice. Damn, it's so annoying that we can't just like make them move when we want them to. This fort's taking a very long time. We've got a breach here though now. Alright, things are going pretty well. Let's just take stock of anything else because I often get distracted. Yeah, so now's the time, in case I forget again, we'll just empower them now. So that's going to lower populist influence quite a bit. So in future, when the commercial dudes, the mercantiles take power, that'll be great. And then hopefully seats will just be removed from the populace now over time, making it very difficult for them to really make any headway. We're still making money, which is good. I haven't really been building anything though. I don't really want to. I kind of like having just that amount in the bank. About 1,000 is pretty good. But if we go over that limit, we can. The army out here, yeah, we still haven't moved that one. So let's merge this up with the elephants and then move them. Gizgo is after winning his battle. Has he changed his last name? No, he hasn't. Okay. Alright, it's going really well. I mean, it is just, I suppose, made easily, yeah? They're not too challenging, but, yeah, it's going well. Guess we'll just see if we can kill and take some pops on our way through these places as well. I'm a bit more worried about Mauritania, to be honest, because we've got 3 separate sieges going on over here, and any one of them could probably lose to an army that attacks. So it's a little bit disconcerting. Patron gods! A new shrine has been built in Carthage, and the local priest has asked us to be one of the ones to decide which god it will honor. All the gods play important roles in our daily lives, so which one will we go with? National tax 5%, morale of armies, manpower and recovery speed. I think the tax one, just because tax we make 100, so 5%, it's like you just get 5 more income. So let's do that. And commerce income as well, of course. I know you might be thinking, oh, well, military. But it's like, we're winning this pretty easily, so I don't know. I don't know if we need to mess with it. The siege up here is 1 excellent. So as soon as now that we've relieved that, just do a little bit of this, do a little bit of this, say, how's your father? Jump on that army and kill them. And chase them. That's a mercenary army that's just been built. Or recruited, I should say, not built. Not too sure how far they're going to go, but we need to kind of get down to our boy down here to make sure they're okay. Scorned families. The Bodonids. Alright. Let's rapidly march these guys west. I think actually we're soon be able to get our roads. Maybe soon enough. Taking pops from these regions is actually kind of a good idea because it'll lower the unrest there once we're there if we spread them out amongst our empire. Alright, so there's another fort down here, so let's just progress down towards that, I suppose, with one of our front-facing armies. Oh yeah, this is what I was worried about. Looks like we're going to get there just in time. Boots Venona just winning battles left, right, and center. He's not even worried about it at this point. Who's the commanding officer? Yep, it's him. So he's on 9. Okay. I believe that you can win this fight. Good job. He's absolutely wrecking shop. Awesome. So it looks like pretty much all their armies except this one, this annoying little pest, are heading east now. So we might follow them if we can. Can we? So you have to go back where once he came from. Oh, I actually can't follow them. I see. Okay. Well, we could just stay where we are, I suppose. We could try to chase that one down. It's just very small, though. I suppose while we're here, let's just ravage the land. It's kind of nice actually having some disloyal armies, especially since they seem good. They know what they're doing, because it's like just having automatic. Those, you know, the way you can put them on automatic. I guess it's like just doing that. They're doing all right. I'm happy with them. What do we got here? 14,000. Is this my guy? No, that's Boots. Boots is getting a little crazy. Let's see if we can catch up to him, because I'm a bit worried about that. We do have this army coming down here as well now, though. Metelabarca, new ruler, in power. Diplomatic reputation increase, commerce income increase, and empowering the mercantile faction is better as well now. Man, this is still going up quite a lot. Boster Hanid is really quite something for his charisma. And it looks like next up will be the civics, depending on how things go, but that's great. Excellent. Okay, cool. So we've lost our governor because he's now the Safet. So let's get a Barca in there. Let's get Chelbs in because we want him to gain some popularity and stuff. He might do well as a civic. Grant him a regional cognomen. Gain him some more popularity. We already have 80 popularity. Wow. Our Safet is very popular. He could be a dictator. In fact, yeah, but he's still not good enough to have extended terms. That would take a lot. If his party grows and we diminish the amount of populists enough, he might be able to push it through in future. I might keep an eye on that. All right, we've still got some time in the episode. All right, let's keep going. We've already committed to that fight. That was a bit of a mistake. We are rushing over now with this army to get there. Oh, shit. Come on. Just hold on. Hold on. The Siege of Hedis is won. Excellent. Oh, great. That's perfect. So this guy can now stop that army in its tracks. Oh, shit. I wasn't watching. Oh, it's such a close fight. Despite fighting up against more men, which I know isn't everything, obviously, we've got great discipline in these fights and way better units just overall, I would imagine. He's actually held out really well. You have to remember, we're playing on very hard, so our morale is always going to be a little bit lower. So it's really nice to see that he's actually going to survive to get this guy here. Another siege is won. And we just won that. Oh no, that was Boots Bedona that won the battle. Oh, did Boots just come in and like get the job done? Oh, he did. Right. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, sorry, I was confused. I thought that was the other army, my other army. But Boots just came in last second. He didn't have to do that. I appreciate it a lot. Do we give this guy a triumph? He'll gain his loyalty back. I think he deserves it. Maybe when this is over. A stability hit is to follow, but of course, he'll get a lovely bit of loyalty. He'll get the loyalty and popularity and some prestige. And he might get a cool name. I love Boots Bedona, man. He deserves a triumph, but I don't want to give it to him until this war is over. Of course. That'd be crazy. Ah, this is so annoying. All their little individual units. 18 Thawi. That's a lot. Let's get on the fort, just to be safe. Okay, we destroyed that army out there. Now we have to head back in. We'll just retake our capital, I suppose. 18,000. They're coming in for a fight. Not much we can do about it other than just try to hold and hope for the best. It's in our favor, but probably not by much. Imminent battle. We have 9, they have 6. Okay, we should win it then. Confident. Desecrate the holy sites here. Just for the fun of it. Didn't know there was a holy site. In this particular place? Or is it just what you can do in the capital, isn't it? Yeah. No way. Oh no. I thought that was that character Vermina we had from a long time ago. It looks just like him. Like, it looks just like him, and he's quite old. Sypax 1 Galesta. He went to Musulamia, though, if I remember correctly. You never know, he might have found his way over here, renamed himself, really adopted the culture. Although I don't think he'd be alive right now. A lot of time has passed. Oh, it's a rough battle, though. It looks like this guy's going to win it. Oh, maybe not, actually. It looks like we've got it. Wow, just in the nick of time as well. Barely. Absolutely barely. It's still pretty close, though, because of that light cavalry they have. Looks like we do have it, though. We have that fort that's becoming ours. We're winning that battle there. This is great. We're winning everything. This is excellent. We won over here. There's going to be battles all over the place. Some people have often said, like, oh, I'd love it if this game had Total War battles. But the thing is, with this game, you're fighting battles in so many places at once. A lot of the time, especially when you're big. You wouldn't want to fight them all out. I mean, it'd be great to have the option, just so that for the really big ones, you're there for it. But generally speaking, I used to think that, but not anymore. Not after really getting invested into these games. I'm like, I wouldn't want to play the battles, actually. But I'd love to see them. I guess that's probably what I'd like to see. I'd love to see you zoom in and you just see them. I'd be like, holy shit. We're victorious. That was a close fight. We lost... oh, our guys actually arrived. I didn't realize. They actually made it there. Great. So, yeah, nice. This guy's getting a lot of popularity. So, 5,000 of ours, 26,000 died, and 9,000 of their 18,000. So we killed half of their force, and they killed, you know, a quarter, not even, a fifth of ours. Not even. Let's keep the pressure up, see if we can chase them down. I'm not sure where they're going to be going at this point. We're up to plus 80 on the war score thing now. We need just a few more forts to finish the job. And then we'll wrap it up. Victorious out here as well. Excellent. It's all good. Everything's great. Government's good. Everything's good, man. What's going on? Should be a substantial amount of land. Aggressive expansion is almost gone, as we anticipated. So this should be pretty perfect to do. How are they just going to retreat over a fort? Let's actually stand right here. This must be where they're going. It's either there or there. Aha, it's here. Alright, let's follow them down there. And meanwhile, they're building elephants, so let's just take that offline. They don't really have the troops. We're actually sandwiching them in here. They don't really have the troops to take the fort at this point, I would imagine. Victorious again. I see some ships. Let's get our fleet. Let's head along the coast. Take that guy out there if we can. How's the siege going? Okay, that might be the last fort, is it? I think it is. Alright, so that battle was won. Let's just run over here and lock that down, because that's like the last one I can think they can go for. And then we'll just send these guys this way. Together they'll just mop up whatever's there. How's our manpower? Pretty great. We're lacking 17,000 men, so we've taken some casualties. There's no doubt about it. We've taken 65,000, and that's also combining the other armies as well. And they've taken 90,000. Okay. Cavalry skirmish tactic. So a cavalry skirmish tactic. Where is Badona's cavalry? Cavalry skirmish, 150% for effectiveness of our cavalry. This is an all cavalry army, so that's going to be super useful in future. Independent operations. Just do whatever you want to do at this point. Go, go, go. Take them out. It's only 1,000 men. I don't think they've really got enough. They've got no commander, so they're not going to be really stealing pops based on that. Right, we should grab them now. Good. Excellent. White peace imminent. Definitely not imminent. Alright, so they've been taken out down here. So let's just go independent operations with these guys. Actually, can we do retake territory? Yeah. Hopefully this should... Well, they're just going to go head up here. Ooh, they're bringing in mercenaries. That's always something I forget to think about. How much money do they have? 1,000, yeah. Excuse me, sorry, my voice is kind of going. Sorry, that was right in the mic. I apologize. If I spot it in editing, I'll remember to quieten that down. Come on, let's just get this last siege. These guys are actually taking attrition now from lack of food. A small favor. Hey, Buster Hanit is here again. Today, the leader of the populist faction approached Metallo with an offer of a simple gift. Populist support will increase by 5. No, not going to happen. I mean, that's really nice, though. Freeman output and happiness is increased for... Oh, it's only 2 years. So we'll say no. Massinissa is truly a dire advisor. People laugh openly at stories of sheer inability to lead. No, we're going to lose 5 stability. It was this guy. 42 political influence. Do a sacrifice to the gods. Not looking good. We might lose that battle. It's a really close one. And they're after getting more troops. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about that. Let's fall back. Okay, Boods Badona is just absolutely wrecking everybody again still. Great to see. Alright, we should be able to take them out. I mean, they have terrain, but they don't have full morale yet. Oh, look. It's been led by Delinar Amida. I don't know if we fought a female yet. 68 years old. Wow. Alright, keep it up. Siege of Saiga is won. Okay, so I think when that's done, we have all the capitals and everything we need to end this. Is that it? I think that is it. Let's just see. Please let me do it. Oh, yes. And there we go. 34 aggressive expansion. Jesus. Good thing we waited for it to go down, because that is a lot. 65 for the war score, so we easily did it there. But man, yeah, a lot of aggressive expansion. I wish it would tell you exactly, like, oh, it does. It's just one for every particular territory, I guess. One for every territory, but then interference policy. That one, yeah, I'm not too sure what that means. What about this one? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I thought having a claim lowers the amount of aggressive expansion. Is that what interference policy is? Maybe. I'm not too sure. Like this one, for instance, has just as many towns, but the negative 10% is helping a lot. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Let's just end it there. The Mauritanian and the Mesesian elite accepted our generous peace offer. Well, that's looking real thick. I love it. But that is a lot of aggressive expansion now to have a bunch of people that are also quite unhappy with us. So, yeah, do we want to have a look at these guys? I guess so. Maybe we can get them to govern themselves for a while. He's a pretty good commander. Civic faction, I love to see it. How old is he? 67 though, unfortunately. This guy's also not too bad. And he's also civic faction. These guys are all civic faction. So we'll do these two groups. This guy was a formidable commander. I kind of want to take him on. Oh, did I not take him? Oh, I did, but it's... yeah, okay. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. We did gain popularity that time. 90. Okay, nice. Wow, we're super popular. And even still, we just can't pass anything. At least not for elections. Okay, so in that regard, now we have the Massilian menace. The Mesesian tribes to the west have been raiding our Punic settlements between Rusadar and Cartan. They need to be brought to heel and to feel the wrath of our displeasure. And this is going to be the rewards. Portus Magnus becomes a city, and Portus Divinus becomes a city. The province of Metagonia gains protected from raiders, so primary culture, happiness, and migration attraction. And the same with the province of Macesia. Okay, that's kind of nice. But it's only primary culture. We don't have any primary culture out there, I don't think. Securing the African coast. So this is the entire coastline of the whole northern coastline is under ours. So while we already control the northern coastline of Africa and Numidia, we must extend our grasp and to control the coastline of Mauritania as well to ensure our domination over the western Mediterranean. So we just did that. Navy maintenance cost. And that's going to be for 20 years. And then the final one is the Libyan Empire. Completing this task will give you a choice between two permanent boni. Okay. The coast of Africa is under our control, and the tribes of Numidia and Mauritania have submitted to the yoke of Carthage, from the pillars of Melkart to the deserts of Libya. Our homeland is now secure. The lands across the sea are ripe for the taking, and the glorious city of Dido will shine with the light of 1,000 colors. Ba-doom. The Libyan Empire. Metello Barca looks out across the landscape from his balcony as the sun... Hang on, let's get the view down here. There he is. You could just picture it. Okay. As the sun sets in the west, he finds the view splendid, not knowing as he does that. Not knowing. Wait, sorry. He finds the view splendid, knowing as he does that now, as far as the eye can see. In fact, as far as the pillars of Heracles and beyond, even to the setting sun, the peoples and lands belong or bow to the might of Carthage. So that's cool. Yeah, he's looking west, and as far west as he can see is all Carthaginian territory. That's pretty cool. He turns towards the sea and looks both east, west, and north. Foreign lands lie ahead, ready for conquest or subjugation. Carthage is the hegemon of all Africa, so pop assimilation speed until end of game 0.10. That's pretty significant. And then 5%, or more subjects belong in our Phoenician panoply. Diplomatic relations and loyalty of subjects. No. Definitely going with the assimilation, because that's what our biggest problem is going to be. All the Hellenic assimilation, all of that stuff. Carthage is the hegemon of all Africa. Alright, cool. Man, what an episode. Alright, so let's just clean up there. There we go. Looks neat. Looks pretty neat. Now it's the decision between, do we go Rome or do we go Iberia? We have just claimed Lusonia and Indigetia on the coastlines, so we could go straight for them, really. And we're pretty much in a position to just do that immediately, should we wish. Except for the aggressive expansion is going to be huge. So we need to kind of calm that down. Are these guys... They're a settled tribe. They're a settled tribe. See, the settled tribes aren't really the ones that I want to take out. Or, I mean, vassalize. Because we might vassalize people like Mastia or Bastatania. Like, these ones would be good because they can be actually cliented if we can just overwrite them. And then eventually we can just... integrate them, which would be great. But the big ones like Lusonia and Indigetia, they seem to be tribes, and Vocontia, so we're going to have to, like, forcibly go for them. Now, Rome, on the other hand, are obviously the big question. You'd get they have so many pops, it's like huge aggressive expansion, so we might... And they're currently at war with Macedon as well, actually, now again. And Macedon look like they might be winning it. Scores at +1 for Macedon versus Rome. Rome's at war with Macedon, the Macedonian Abrian War. So it's again another war for Abria. Interesting. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. I don't know if there's much to look around the map other than the fact that Cyrene actually lost their war and Phrygia got another territory. I did mention that, I think, at the beginning. We're in lack of 32,000 men, in need of 32,000 men. The final thing to do for today, though, before we wrap it up, is we have Boods here. I think it's time to give him his triumph. There's 65 seats behind it. We're going to lose 5 stability. We only have 37, so it's really not wise. But for roleplay reasons, I want him to get that 20 loyalty, so he's now loyal. He's ours again. I want him to get that popularity, so he'll actually be in the running for ruler. So let's give it to him. Well deserved. I mean, I don't know how many battles he won, but, I mean, it was a lot. Alright, we paid 983 gold for that. But he's ours again. Booths is ours again. And what kind of corruption are we dealing with here? We've got quite a bit. Last thing I want to do is change this opinion improvement modifier to this. Monthly corruption. We could also improve general loyalty and admiral loyalty to offset the tyranny that we're taking. I want to get rid of some of that corruption that we have, though, first. We could change it in future if we need to. So good on Booths. Congratulations. We'll rename his army later. Have to give him some... Oh, he didn't get a name, though. Ah, that's a shame. He had a chance, but he didn't get one. He's currently sponsoring games. So, what a guy. What a guy. So if we check just here, is he in the running for anything right now? He's not. But I'm sure one day he will be. It's a crime if he's not, because he's quite popular now with 70 popularity. 70%. And that's only going to fall, actually. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, that's gone on long enough. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.